Hi there, and welcome to another tutorial for Tawny Pro. Today we're going to go through adding divisions. So on the left-hand sidebar, we can see there's a divisions link. So we'll click on that. This is divisions that we've actually created already. So I'm just going to go through how to add an addition. So there's a clear button over here stating add division. So if we click on here, and we will say we're going to add under 14. Oops. We'll say under 14 today is what we're going to add. Should we try that? There we go, under 14s. So we will say we have a max team of 12. So this is how many teams you want in total for this division or age group. Max players doesn't matter, but we're just going to say 8 in this instance. The game date, if your tournament is over 2 days, two concurrent days, then you can choose whichever day it's on. In this instance here, we'll just choose the 16th. First games. This is the time you want your first game to start. So we are going to say, let's say we'll start at 9 o'clock. Now, game periods is you can either have one, which means that you'll play all the way through, straight through. Two obviously means that you'll have two periods, so first half, second half, for example. So we will say that there's two periods. Each period time we will say 5 minutes. So in this instance, that means 5 minute halves. The period interval is the time you allow for half time or the time in between periods. And then the game interval time in minutes is how many minutes you allow between games. Quite self-explanatory. So in this instance, each game block, for example, will take 15 minutes. So 5 minute half over two periods, 10 minutes, 2 minute half time, 12 minutes, game interval, 3 minutes, total of 15 minutes. Game format, we have non-competitive, and we also have cup only and cup and plate. Now, we used standard naming conventions for the selection. However, in a second, I will show you that you can actually name these whatever you want to name them. So this instance, we'll choose that this is going to be a cup and a plate division, and we'll save that out, and that will appear down here now. So you can see here we've got the under 14s it's created. Now, when you create a division that's competitive, you'll see that there is a finalized toggle here. We will go through that later on, but I just wanted to highlight this. This basically finalizes the group when you've done your group stages or your league games effectively. Um, then when you get to the point where you're ready to finalize that, you can finalize it. It will finalize here, or it'll finalize actually as you're doing the running through of the games. It will say, right, all of your league games are done. Do you want to finalize it? And then that will then auto populate the semi-finals and finals of your cup and plate or of your cup only. But as I say, we'll go through that. I just wanted to highlight that here because it's quite an important feature when you're running your tournament. But as I say, you get notification that this is happening right in front of your face. So anyway, moving on. Where if you want to, you don't want to use cup and plate as the conventional names for that type of format. We can use knockout names. So if we click on here, and we'll say we want to use custom names for the knockouts, and we can say in here we want to call it Cup Cup, and we'll call it plates to plates to plate. I can't think of anything else to call it, so that'll do. So save. So the quickest way of displaying how that is now updated is just to look at the league table. The league table is obviously blank because I don't have any teams in here yet. We'll go through that as well in the next video because we'll open entry and invite teams. So if I just look at the league table really quickly and just go to the under 14s, you can see here that the league finalists, which are obviously not available at the moment, but you can see that this is now called Cuppity Cup and Platey Plate. So you have your Cuppity Cup semi-finals and your Platey Plate semi-finals, and then you have your Cuppity Cup final and your Platey Plate final. Try saying that, you've had a few. Anyway, that is adding divisions in a nutshell. If you want to be ultra organized from here, and for example, this here, we've just added 12 teams, and I know, see, when I've organized tournaments, I always try and be ultra organized from the very beginning. So at this stage, I personally would go to the groups, and from this group, I would say I know that I'm going to want two groups, so I would plus. This gives me two groups. Now, the beauty of this is when we send the invitations out, this will automatically and fairly distribute teams between Group A and Group B. We can always redistribute them, we can move them manually after the fact, but again, we'll come through that when we go to the teams being entered and game generations and things like that. But at this moment in time with divisions, I kind of try and get all of this organized ahead of time, just because it's just saves grief later on. So there you go. That's divisions added and a little bit more, really. See you on the next video.